Hi, my name is Mike Lawrence. This video is one of a set which is intended to provide a different interpretation of the experimental results that constitute the foundation of current physics. It is clear that the present explanation for what we see in the universe is good in many ways, but it is missing an overall coherence. My view is that we need to look at physics with new eyes and consider an interpretation that explains most things well, even if it does question just about everything. I do not disagree with any experimental results, only the interpretation of those results. And I do not say that the hypothesis that I'll be talking about in these videos is the theory of everything, and that everything I suggest is correct, but it is a start. Each video in the set will cover an aspect of physics. The whole set needs to be understood together in combination, because many aspects rely on each other, and any one taken on its own may not be convincing to those relying on the current interpretations, some of whom may actually be offended by the hypothesis. There will be links in the videos to other videos in the set that cover closely related or overlapping aspects. Within the boxes in the videos are representations of the motions of the particles and their composites, which I will be explaining more fully. I'm happy to answer questions where I can, perhaps providing links to where a deeper mathematical analysis shows why I say what I do, since equations and graphs do not make good videos, and will post replies where appropriate on Twitter. I hope you enjoy the videos and they enable you to better appreciate the absolute symmetry and simplicity of nature. But please remember, I'm not an experienced presenter, and although I state everything as if it were correct, this is only a hypothesis. This is video number 2. What happens when zero-mass black holes unmerge? To make a zero-mass black hole, or its other state as a partially merged pair of meons, unmerge, requires a specific minimum energy caused by impact or concentration of mass or charge fields acting on each merged pair. The hypothesis is that this minimum energy is the size of 1/6 of the energy of the charge of the electron. The hypothesis is further that the meons will spin as they break out of their merged pairs, resulting in the brushing by them of the background as they rotate and translate. This brushing effect is theorized to generate positive 1/6 electron charge in one meon and negative 1/6 electron charge in the other meon, as they unmerge from being a merged pair. Which meon, positive or negative, develops which 1/6 electron charge depends on which way the two chase on unmerger. The mass energy equivalent to the 1/6 charge energy is in the spinning of the meons, which I call twist energy to differentiate it from the spin energy of the loops. The merged pairs can rotate, vibrate and translate and form chains and are the gravitational, electromagnetic and strong force carriers. For each pair there is always a positive and a negative 1/6 charge generated, so the total charge in the universe starts at 0 and is always 0. An unmerged pair of meons, which are chasing each other to try to recombine because negative mass chases positive mass or vice versa, can catch onto other pairs to form chains, which catch onto their own tails to form loops. A loop is both a composite particle and a wave in its rotation, but this is not wave-particle duality. The total properties of each of the meons in the loops take only two different mass or charge sizes due to the additional 1/6 charge and twist energies. The larger mass meons rotate in the loop at a slightly smaller radius than the smaller mass meons, that both have angular momentum of positive or negative Planck's constant h. Loops of 3 pairs are our fermions. Loops of other pair number are dark matter. When many loops form in an unmerging event, there will be impact and interaction between loops, resulting in the inflation of loop sizes as the angular momentum of the meons in the loops is maintained when their velocities around the loop are slowed. This is how inflation physically occurs and a Big Bang begins. The total charge range of sizes for a 3-pair loop is 1, 2/3, 1/3 and 0 electron charge. The rotational energy of the meon charges is the product of the loop frequency and its spin, a half h, so is a half h omega. The actual moment is h and the frequency is a half omega, which has caused confusion in the expectation of 720 degrees of rotation in the electron. This means that the actual velocity and radius of meon rotation is based around the reduced velocity, v over root 2, and the increased radius, root 2 r. The 6 rotating meons in a loop have mass angular momenta that always sum to 0, but because they are chasing they still rotate at a frequency which represents the loop mass. But it is not the meons that directly produce the loop's gravitational field. It is the rotational frequency or loop size and the merged pairs from the background forming chains attached to each meon in the loop, which then affects the local background and looks like mass, but is instead a deflection of the background. The hypothesis is a pre-fermion hypothesis in that three pairs form our fermions and there are no deeper particles that are combined to form meons. Additionally, that other than zero mass black holes and merged pairs, the only basic structure in the universe is the loop. Related videos would be number 4, what size was our inflation, and number 32, quantum mechanics and wave particle duality. Thank you for watching.